The class you're about to do is a Hatha flow class, easy flow, safe class. Hatha in the sense of using asana and breath together in harmony to create a flow state for the body. It's a very simple, easy practice accessible to any beginner as well as more advanced practices. It's a lesson in awareness of objective body placement, accurate and most of all safe practice. It's a live recording of one of my daily classes where I do a hybrid Zoom and in-studio, in-person class. So it's not specifically a recording with me facing the webcam. It's the webcam just capturing my session, so there's a lot of moving around of me, repositioning myself for the students in person as well as online. But do take care to listen. The instructions are clear enough to only maybe occasionally have to look at the screen. So the audio should be strong and effective enough to be able to follow the class without having to look much at the screen. All right, good luck and enjoy the session. You're lying on the back, hugging the knees, stretching out your back. While you hug the knees, you're also allowing for the time necessary. Just taking that minute of time necessary for the muscles to loosen naturally. You'll also feel when you hug the legs a bit tighter, eyes more down. And then releasing a little bit, that space inside you starts to open up at the lower back, but also the hugging, the pulling down, and the releasing on the inhale. So the knees will move away on the inhale and you'll hug on the exhale. So that process of hug and release becomes a breath movement, a breath, body, space movement. With both arms on the floor above your head and the feet to the ground, the body then assumes feet on the floor, knees bent, same position, just letting the feet down. The arms above the head pulls open the chest. You can definitely bend the elbows completely so the hands would be immediately above the head. You'd roll the head to the left and the right to loosen the neck. Stay as you are. The shoulders shouldn't be hurting, paining, catching in any way. Then both legs up to the air, but with soft legs. So we're not unnecessarily straining at the leg stretch. You're on the back, arms next to you now. Flexing into the heels, the legs will straighten, stretching more. Stay with that stretch. Legs up in the air. Stay in the same position with the legs more relaxed up in the air. And then feet to the floor, exhale. And gently lifting the hips up for a mild half bridge. Hips up, back of the neck long, chin tucked in. Roll the shoulders under, deeper breath. More of an in, more of an exhale. With a bit of effort, we'll loosen the shoulders, rolling the hips up more, lifting the hips up more using the thighs.
big muscles of the legs, soft upper body. So the arms aren't doing much. Neck doing nothing. It's a long, relaxed neck. Roll to the floor. That's an exhale. Take a while, a breath or two to start to hug the knees. And then you can also bring the head up to the knees in the hug. Stay like that in the hug. Remain in the hug. Big inhale, big exhale. In the hug. Now, left foot down and the right foot up with the hands behind the calf of the straight leg up in the air leg. Head up towards inside the knee. Keep the head up and switch the legs.
I can't get there.
I won't reach to the knee, don't worry. Me neither. And then the foot down, both feet down, head down, exhale, relax, exhale. Then lifting the whole body up to roll to upright. Now, once you're there, you're sitting tall with the legs crossed and the eyes closed. Deep breath, big ins, big exhales. Working. Big exhale, body up tall, upright, larger breath. With our eyes closed, we're so deeply aware of our breath. Shoulders so relaxed. We're tall, we're upright, we're easy. And then softer back, exhale. So having just started, and at the same time, having done a couple of minutes, several minutes of deep body awareness, just lying on the back, hugging the knees. There's so much value in that. So much value in the deep breath. The focus with gold, and body-mind awareness with gold. Big exhale with a sigh. The addition of those qualities of breath and awareness and body physicality adds so much value to our existence. Shoulders relaxed, body up tall. We practice for this very awareness. And we realize in yoga that awareness is the default setting that lets us be present here and now. We bring the hands to the prayer position because in acknowledging and in gratitude of the blessing of practice, what it gives us, provides us body-mind awareness, extending beyond normal values to value system of physical, mental, emotional, spiritual health. Cross the legs to the second combination, large breath, big sigh breath. We amplify the breath, exhale. Similarly to when we were lying on the back, the hands immediately above the head. Inhale, shoulders relaxed. The elbows could point forward to loosen the shoulder tension. But if you're able to, you can press the shoulders down and the elbows pressing back and the arms lifting a little bit, and becomes an exercise. We're mindfully, but with firm focus occupying the space of our practice. Big inhale, big exhale. Stretch the arms tall, straight, as high as the hands can go. With an exhale with the palms on the knees. Back of the neck, long crown high, eyes closed again. Big sigh. You could, of course, open the eyes every now and then if you want. Sitting quietly in our own space, however we're doing that. We're going over the prompts, so that the practice and the words, they aren't commands, they're more like prompts or guidances. It's a self-autonomous practice. It's us, you and me in the practice. Big inhale, big exhale, sitting quietly for a little while, feeling the awareness arise, actually becoming conscious. It's in fact the inner subconscious that we're unconscious of, we're not aware of, that becomes the awareness. Big inhale, big exhale. Long legs out to the front. Move the shoulders in large circles. We really loosen the upper body and shoulders with our practices so far. Now we're just doing more. Keep going to the back with these circles. To the front, same circles. You could speed it up if it feels okay. You're looking at your feet, they're square on in front of the shoulders. Big exhale, arms up high. We're lifting an opposite hip to the opposite hand. Hip to the opposite hand. Few more. We could make a large movement out of that, with the arms even shooting up. And then adding the feet, now a more forward shoulder movement and arm first. These movements keeping the rust away from the joints, so the joints can move. If the body or joints are damaged or injured, then we take it more easy and do lighter, softer movements. Big exhale, feet to soles, touching, palms open. Mildly press the feet into each other, into another, shoulders relaxed. Crown high, body forward, lean to the front, exhale. Big sigh breath. Then let the head relax towards onto the feet. And then the legs quite close up. Heels quite close up, crown high, shoulders relaxed. Big sigh breath. Big strong out. Legs further forward. Big sigh. We're moving the knees up and down in a little movement. Not frantic, quick, light movement. We can try to get the feet and toes together while we do this. Relax, shoulders loosen up. Hands out to shoulder height, a little bit higher than the shoulder. Raise the nose a little bit, deep breath. Big exhale, nostrils breath. Palms facing with the arms up above the shoulders. Draw in one foot, and the other foot, the heel will press into the shin. The closer foot would be resting into the thigh, or it receives the thigh. Big exhale, so these prompts or indications or guidances is so that each practitioner can feel the sole of the foot or the lie of the thigh, So it becomes an intimate, personal experience with the eyes closed. Big sigh breath, it's a personal practice, in a sense private. Another manner of practice, we're in the world, sitting on the ground, so quiet it becomes invisible, yet we're sitting in a very obvious yoga manner. Hands both relaxing to the front, ankle and shin. Big exhale, the practice is also private and it's not a public space. So we also call it in therapy a safe space. Safe, as mentioned, but also safe because we don't hurt ourselves by working too hard. Big exhale, shoulders more relaxed. We keep visiting that non-injury occurring safe space because we're learning about safe space. The prompts is so we can guide ourselves into safer, growing space. Switch to the other foot at the front. Big exhale. Light exhale. We'll safely hold the next deepest breath. While you're holding the breath, you can feel the one thigh resting into the opposite sole and hollow of the foot folded there. Exhale through the nose. We hold the out breath, normal in and out breath. Big exhale, eyes closed, body relaxed. In our stillness, we will breathe naturally. So each person, his or her breath. Shoulders relaxed. Arms up high, that's an inhale. Big large exhale. Hear your sound of breath. It will make more of a ah sound. Sigh with that sound. Changes how we feel. When we breathe a smooth inhale through the nose, we can still hear it. Yoga chest ujjayi breath, it's called. We're empowered by our own breath. And then we're becoming still with our own quietness. So it's a sovereign self-practice. Keep the arms above, let the legs be long at the front. Point the toes at yourself and do the same foot position with the hands. This is absolutely, definitely, valuably, it's worth more than gold. With the joints of the shoulders and feet and legs. Deep breath in, big exhale. It takes a while for the body to adjust and warm up into that practice. Warming up isn't actually up with the head, but it's a rising force in the body. It's a rising consciousness quality. Turn the palms down. So we're working with the body, the unconscious physicality, but also the transforming the unawareness into awareness. Pull the one hand with the other, shoulders relaxed. Switch to the other. Relax the hands. We'll put the feet together and the hands are hanging down. Floppy arms. especially at the wrists. Floppy thighs. Make the butterfly wing action a little bit floppy. Big exhale, relax your shoulders, and we're rocking a little bit more to each side a few times. It's kind of a language, the body. Press the body forward and the shoulders to the back. Big exhale, stay like that. Chest open, shoulders back, stay like that. Deep breath, big exhale. Finally got it right there. Then we can go a little bit faster. Now we can move rocking movements. So if that doesn't hurt you, you can just rock on, roll on, loosen up. And add a whole bunch of movements if you like. Do the same on the one side to the other. So you can follow your own prompts. So turn the head with the movement. Big exhale. You become more and more satisfied with the practice because the practice is satisfying. Both legs long to the front. Hands, palms on the knee. Toes pointed at yourself. Ground high. Big exhale, relax your shoulders. We're tapped into the body, tuned in, connected to our feet, toes, and legs. The feet are stretching, toes at yourself. The back of the neck is long. You're hearing the prompts, and then with your own guidance, you're making self-aware. Yourself. Crown high, shoulders down low, deep breath. Crown high, deep breath, big exhale. So we're in the twist. How does the breath feel in that twist? Turn to the front. You open the eyes and twist to the second side. Close the eyes, and how does that feel? Chest open, crown high, deep breath. Stay like that. Turning to the front. We'll put the feet wide as the mat or even wider. The elbows stopping the knees from falling further. Hands to the feet. We're stretching straight back forward. So not round back. Round back will start to damage the spine. When we stretch the lower back in the forward stretch, we start to strain on the vertebra and the cushions in between. Big inhale, big exhale. These cushions aren't meant to strain. They're for shock absorbing. So with the hands at the feet, at the ankles, if we're pushing the chest forward, we slightly have a lower back bend, arch back bend. And you're not letting the head crush the cushions between the vertebrae either, because that would also be overdoing that combination of soft tissue and bone, spine. So we need to educate ourselves in safe practices. So we neither crush nor herniate our discs. Legs long to the front, point the toes down. Head tilts forward. Now we have more and more blood flowing through the soft tissue aspects of the discs, the spine, spinal care, spinal health. Relax the legs to the front. Supple legs, hamstrings that are more supple, shoulders to the back. gives us the capacity to be upright without straining at the spine, even the bones again, discs. Chest open, deep inhale, big exhale. We need to have the same cautions when we bend the legs and lift up towards a squat. If the weight is carefully placed on the feet and on the hands, and the hips are free. Big inhale, big exhale. We're so loose and free and balanced that we're not running too much of a risk. The next level of the practice, you need to check in as well with yourself. Am I running a risk there? How's my knees? Am I straining a little bit too much? Is it just right? Big exhale. Do I have to be more on the front on the toes and on the hands, or can I actually press the whole body up? That begin to overdo practice and not. If you can put the hands to the prayer, it looks good, feels good, it's good to go. Fine, safe to be. Deep breath. Big exhale. Yoga squat. And then the hands to the back, to the legs, to the front. Hands on top of the knees, where we loosen the knees to get more blood flowing there. After the squat, blood flowing, great combination. Ankles are free. Big sigh breath. Fingers interlaced at the back. Bend the legs a little bit to facilitate a more easily bendable. Shoulders back, chest open, deep breath. Big inhale, big exhale. Crown high, shoulders relaxed. Loosening up. Now twist and move. Bounce the knees as thudding the back of the knees to the floor. Sit up against the bent left leg. Other foot in the air. We can begin in a bit of a slouch. Then lift the chest. If the hamstring allows and it's supple enough, you can push away from the hand to the back. Lift the chin. We're breathing face in the air. Lots of breath through the air, and this is pleasant. Makes us pleasant. Because it's open and not contracted and pressurized. Deep breath. Big inhale, big exhale. So we need to be open to feel good. Or this openness creates feeling good. Big sigh breath, big exhale. You could even have the hand in the air at the back if it lets you feel more airy. Big inhale, big exhale. Maintain there for a while. The practice, we go slowly to the second leg. Holding in one leg, another foot up. We start the stretch, we develop it, and we feel the open, free feeling. We really go for it and go like, yeah, that's awesome. Deeper breath, chest and more open. Roll the shoulder back. Big, large sigh breath. Chest way open. Deep breath. And put down, we have both legs on the floor at the front. And we can open the chest even more. So we're looking for the even moreness. Greater, more. Big breath. chest open, big exhale. You're looking down between the knees towards there, bending both legs with the heels close, rounding the back deliberately so that the upper body presses down on the belly. So it's the midriff that's feeling the roll there. We're pushing the belly into the ribs. Feet a little bit further apart from you, a bit wider if it's too necessary. So we could lift the hips, rising on the inhale. Shoulders back, hips up, chest open, deep breath, face up. Big, large breath. To the floor, exhale. One twist to the right. You're looking at your knee and foot close together. Over to the other side. Inhale to up, and then we're lifting higher to a more comprehensive reverse coffee table. Deep breath, faster and stronger breath. Then to the ground. Sit bones, perched on the sit bones, balanced on the sit bones, in fact. It's a bit of a zigzag picture from the side, knees, down, up, like a Z. Lift the legs, shape changes, hands behind the knees. Big inhale, big exhale, down to the floor. We're lifting up, but now lifting one arm up so we have a side turn of the body. Not so much of a twist, a bit of a back twist, but the turn sideways. Deep breath. Biggest breath, reach for the sky. Push up with the hips, using the legs. Down to the other side, up, deep breath. Twist, open, up, lift, breathe. And bigger breath. Exhale down. Now you're looking between your knees to the front. Exhale to the ground. In between the knees, catching the feet for a full boat stretch. Big out breath. Settle there. Stay focused, remain focused. Shoulders relaxed. Down and up and over to hands and knees. Big breath, big exhale. Big sigh again. Then to the puppy dog. Face down. Deep breath. We're squeezing between the shoulder blades. Face down. Big exhale. We're practicing these cautions of how are my shoulders and how's my back in terms of injuries and in terms of safety and in terms of health inducing aspects, quality of our yoga practice. The prompts for these are so that you can feel them in your own experiences, becoming aware of the spine, what helps, what hurts. Bent arms are softer on the shoulders. Straight through arms add to the depth of stretch. Bending the arms completely so the hands can be under the shoulders. You have a bit of weight on the forehead. Inhale, straighten the arms. We're rising on the inhale. Place the hands a bit more forward, hollow the back, similar shape to the puppy dog. We raise the face up, deep breath. Then open the eyes to look up. And up, you're rolling the eyes. So the whites are showing, you're looking right up. You're almost cross-eyed, looking at one point far up in the distance as possible. Tip of the tongue behind the front teeth. Closing the eyes to a cat stretch, chin tucked in. Stay with the cat stretch, round back, chin. Chin tucked in more, back of the neck longer, more round back. And then an in and exhale to a neutral position where we can wag the tailbone a bit. It could be a large extroverted movement, really a big super stretch, or it could be more small. It could be staying on one side or the other side, loosening it up a little bit. Big exhale with a bit of a boogie there. Shake that head out free. Then your right hand out to the front with your head next to the arm, looking at the thumb on the floor. Toes are tucked under. It'll help you to remain stable with the core. Switch to the other arm. Bit of power, upper body, inhale, exhale. Keep looking down. Hand comes down, exhale. We'll do a plank. Feet to the back, the toes are already tucked under, the legs are straight. Faster breath. More productive. Straight back, we're looking for alignment. Slow down, but still larger breath. Exhale to knees to the ground. Biggest breath in and inhale and exhale to rest in pose of childlike. Arms are forearms on the floor, elbows under the shoulders, and the head hangs down. Exhale. Head probably floating in the air a bit. Body on the heels. Sit bones on the heels rather, body on the thighs. Big exhale, shoulders relaxed, body free of tension. Big sigh of breath. Then let the head relax to the floor. The spine will loosen further. And the projection inwards, introversion, inwardness of that subconscious body that we connected to earlier. We become more and more conscious of ourselves, body aware. And just simply popping over onto the back or rolling 180 over to onto the back. Feet to the floor, knees back. We're immediately able to breathe deeply. And the breathing space, the diaphragm, the chest, everything there opens up dramatically after 2 or 3 breaths. Big exhale, blood flows in the opposite places to where it was squashed out from and into. So dynamic inward changes, inner changes. Right leg up to the air, a straight leg after the bent knees carried some of the body weight. The nostrils and air passages, sinus clear after being compressed in the pose of child. Finally, deep breath, flex into the heel, open the diaphragm. Strong breath, exhale, flex the leg more. And on the next out breath, gently, slow-mo, take the foot to the floor, 2 feet on the floor, exhale. Big sigh of breath, note the changes, or notice them. Other leg up in the air. With feeding the sensations. Self-observation becomes self-learning, self-awareness. Big sigh from the mouth, the yoga of understanding. Understand how the body works. Am I messing myself up, or am I cleaning up my mess? The way that I've been, maybe sloppy or not accepting enough responsibility in my body work, lack of body work. Flex into the legs, stretch a lot. It's a body-mind connection. We're mental about it, intellectual, minding our body business, foot to the floor. So we're also working with thinking intelligence. Big sigh breath. Both feet on the floor, knees bent. Raise the arms to above the head on the floor. Now, with the looseness of our practiced body, our asana practices, we can relax the arms way up above the head, soft shoulders, easy as that. We're waiting for that intrusive sound to disappear, go away, fading slowly. We can hear the more pleasant sound of the birds again. We're relaxing the arms, elbows bending, hands closer to above the head, and we work similarly with discomfort in the body or pain. Big inhale when we recover from an injury, do something like that. We wait for it to go away, even if it takes weeks or months. We're lifting the hips for half bridge, and the arms are up way above the head. Our eyes are continuously in this instance closed, because we can listen to the prompts and then we guide ourselves into the practice. The hips up high, back of the neck long, half bridge, straight line, knees to hips to shoulders, arms above the head. You can even stretch into straight, powerfully stretching arms, back of the neck long. You're virtually on top of the shoulders with the hips up, forming the arch at the lower back, but more or less a straight line. Trunk to legs, big inhale, big exhale. If you raise the arms to point directly up above, your arms will be at a vertical 90-degree angle to the surface of the floor that you're on, but the body will be at a 45 degrees to the floor or the arms, 90 degrees halfway split. Roll to the floor, keep the arms up in the air. Big exhale, we roll the spine, we're aware of the spine, we're aware of the spine as the midline. So if you place the tongue or the flesh of the tongue, tip of the tongue behind the front teeth against the roof palate, we have midline awareness. You can do all kinds of geometry in the sacred space of the yoga practice. We're hugging the knees, head up to the knees. We're not over pulling at the lower back, which would be again overstretching the cushion's spine. Legs up and the head down. We're thinking of the looseness of our joints, including the spine. In yoga, we in fact consider the ankles, knees, and hips 3 sets of joints, 6 joints. Same with the shoulders and elbows and hands, 12 joints altogether. Spine in the midline, the 13th joint. Then you can also relax the jaw and left and right hinge next to the spine at the back of the head. The spine becomes the head. Kick the feet free. Hands can rest palms on the midriff. That could even be a 14th bending space, sake of completion. Big sigh. That could be the 13th area, spine the 14th. rolling up on the inhale. I'm not just thinking of numbers, but thinking of levels. So this would be one level, another level, another level, maybe 3 levels. Crown high, deep inhale, big exhale. Head high, maybe the top of the head could be a 4th. So thinking visually, artistically, planes, wise, horizontal, the shoulders, top of the head is horizontal, sitting horizontally on the floor. The tongue behind the roof palate, tip of the tongue between the front teeth, the center of the tongue would be right between the gap of the teeth, even if it's only a gap, allowing for dental floss. Can't really see through it in most cases. Still 2 teeth, not 1. The tongue makes 1. The midline with the brain, with the spine. On this same line, located the forehead chakra. Deep breath in the nose, out the nose. The forehead chakra activates with nostril breath, with pose of child, with our opening back bend stretches. It's compressed in pose of child, it's compressed in shoulder stands. It's opened up in the opposite practices, making up the very beautiful, effective practice. Magnificent yoga. Deep breath through the nose. Quiet breath. Gentle strength in the core. Cross the legs to the second combination. Big, large exhale, sigh. Hands can be palms on the knees if not yet. Large, long breath. Magnificent breath. That's yoga, magnificent practice of yoga. And feel how the self-awareness, awareness of the body and mind becomes consciousness, conscious being. Big, large in, big exhale. We'll put the feet on the next inhale, eyes open wide, and let the body come through the squat. Take your time to down dog. In the down dog, we're moving one heel down at a time. Stay with a moving stretch, one heel at a time. The body sways a little bit. We're still in the practice. We're really going for it. We're becoming more supple, more agile, even more fit. It's definitely cardiovascular strength and fitness, cardiovascular muscle strength and fitness, agility. Jiggle the knees several times, big sigh from the mouth, slack jaw. Knees to the ground, fingers pointing at the knees if you turn the hands in outward rotations. And then the eyes of the forearms are showing forward. Big inhale, big exhale. Physical eyes are closed for now. Shoulders down, chest open. Feel the space between each vertebra, especially of the lower back. Big sigh breath, feel the windpipe and how the breath in this position opens up the diaphragm, which is the place of holding tension, stress, anxiety, discomfort in the world, which becomes our mental world. Gaze up to the sky space above us. The eyeballs are stretching. The muscles that move the eyeballs are stretching. Tip of the tongue behind the front teeth. Then lower your gaze to a meter ahead of you. Turn the hands to point horizontally sideways. It's a bit of a... Listen carefully. Let your eyeballs stretch to the one side, then the other side. Close the eyes. Squeeze the eyes tight. And then, without turning the head, look as far horizontally to the right with both eyes as you can. Your nose will be in the way of one eye. Relax the forehead muscles. Look to the front, you'll feel relaxed eyeballs. Look to the other side. Kind of looking to the side, not very clearly because of the peripheral vision. Stretching the eyeballs effectively. And then to the front, close the eyes. Cat stretch, hands to the normal forward standard position, chin tucked in. We're squeezing the diaphragm. We're squeezing the eyeballs. We hold the out breath, next breath. This one, if you're really doing it. Inhale, massive breath, fluxing in, energy flow. Head up to cat stretch. Lots of air in your eyeballs and in the diaphragm. Big sigh breath, stay there. Inhale, large breath to displace the old breath and the stiffness and tensions and toxins from the midriff. We go to cat stretch. We lift the hips up. Inhale, big sigh breath to down dog. A lot happening internally in us. Big sigh. You can stretch the jaw, pull a funny face, or scratch your nose on the upper arm. Let the head swing free, or all of the above. Big exhale or more. Use the breath. Feel the meat of the body and the flesh and bone. Meat, flesh. And also the meeting. Mind and body. Flesh, organs. Feet to the front. Exhale to the floor. Long legs at the front. Hands hanging down, arms a bit higher than the shoulders. Big sigh breath. Feel the clarification, cleansing of the sediments of toxins from the cells of each body part. Be it organ, skin, muscles, tendons, ligaments, glands. Blood is flowing there. Lymphatic as well. Big exhale. Hands to point to the front. Relaxed elbows, little low. Lift the one hip, other hip, back of the mat. Hands then over the shoulders to the back. The elbows are pointing forward. There where the wrists and thumbs area in between, meeting the side of the neck. If you move a little bit left and right, you'll feel that you're loosening the neck and the shoulders. Those movements are important not only so that you can maintain mobility, but that mobility and mobility in general that amplifies spinal fluids flow, lymphatic flow, so that when the arm is up and the other arm up to the opposite hips, very rapidly now moving the feet as well, slow movement, but rapidly increasing all fluid flow, fluidity. Toes, palms of the knees, wipe your feet. Loose knees. You can also loosen the knees manually with your hands. The legs are doing nothing, you're loosening. More blood flow there in the ligaments. Big sigh, more blood flow to the lungs, where you're breathing out old, stale air. Legs too, cross legs. Lift the hips, sit bones, plonk yourself down. Arms up above. Sitting, finding your seat on top of the sit bones. Shake out the hands, big sigh, breath. Big exhale. Rub the hands up and down. Big inhale, big exhale. Eyes closed, body relaxed. Shoulders. Think of your breath and breathe. Then have awareness of the body, think of the breath, feel the breath. Those aren't just words. They're powerful ways of experiencing ourselves and practice. Stillness, what happens? Stillness is the dynamic opposite to movement. And settling is an important aspect of stillness, internal space opening up. And we're grateful for this body, mind, spirit, or body, mind, energy, safe place practice of yoga. If you're now visualizing healthy blood flow into every body part and how this infuses the spine and the soft tissue of the back, it's life-giving health. Strengthening the core muscles, relaxing the muscles of the back, the upright and the knees. Structurally sound practice for all the joints, not only the spine as a joint. Relax the hands to the 10-finger mudra in the bottom position. Feel the position. Each asana in yoga has a quality of a physician, like puppy dog is a physician, physical practice doctors us, helps us find healing. Meditation, the all-important goal of yoga asana. We practice in the body so we can be properly still in seated yoga, to meditate, to meet the maker, creation, creator, also our own creative state of health. We create our health. Big exhale, shoulders relaxed, crown high. We'll bring the hands back to prayer so as to swap the legs out to the second combination. Grateful for the simple movement and happy and pleased that yoga is so easy to do and yet gives us so much, including so much more ease. We're feeling this, we can think about it, we can feel it best. It makes most sense when we think about it, feeling it, ingesting it, digesting the practice. As we lie to the back, we understand the dynamic movement from what we've done to lying on the back with the legs in the air, how good it is for our back, or how many benefits, untold gold benefits, because we can only experience the benefits. We talk about it, but then we're going to generate the gold. As we relax the feet to the floor, it goes beyond that, comes massive expanded value, palms open, feet to the floor, knees bent. Big exhale. Letting the legs lie, long legs. Slide the legs out to place the feet wide, palms open of the midline, like the feet wide. Big exhale. Body symmetrically lying horizontally down. Very much in the wisdom of this yoga, in the direct experience of the yoga. Yoga as body, mind, mental, physical, and understanding, knowledge, practice. Gently flexing gently into the hands and the feet and the heels, and relax on the exhale, soft. Palms open, easy breath. Big large exhale. Biggest breath, feel the diaphragm relaxed. End of the exhale, end of the session. Ideally, we would maybe want to relax longer, which of course you can on your own, but for purposes of our session, we're going to bend the legs, feet to the floor. As in a bookmark and a bookend practice. You're going to hug the knees to end off as we started, with a knee hug, lying on the back. The beautiful cycle of asana, breath, and meditation, knowledge and wisdom. Head up to the knees, rock up on the inhale. 2, cross legs. Thank you for the practice. Big practice. Hey, well.